Hi, Merry Vlogmas. It's day 9. It's late. I'm about to watch Get Out for like the 5th time. But before I go to bed, I want to make sure I finish day 9 and tell you about my favorite book. Now, I read this book around middle school, and it didn't change my life, but it made me realize that the things we take for granted were either thought out by somebody before us or just test or trial and errored before us. Anyways, this book was The Giver. Before we opened the book and started reading it, our teacher asked, well, she held up a marker. She said, what color is this marker? And everybody's like, it's blue, because we see the cap. It's by Crayola. But she says, no, what if it's not? What if you've been lied to your whole life? My mind went, but yeah, that's what made me take this book a little different. Now, The Giver reminded me a lot about church with all the waiting it seemed like they were doing. To me, it seemed like they were going through like that what is it called? The Jews do it when they turn 16. Bar mitzvah. Like they have to recite some stuff, and once they did it, if they did it right, they got gifts or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it reminded me of that in church. But then it was crazy that while I read this book, my imagination took over. And while the children are in the room with the giver, who's giving them the information and knowledge, just like as the words enter my mind, I'm like seeing what they see. Is like, wow. I can imagine like they're living in black and white, like not like on TV, but like real life is black and white. And then all of a sudden it's just ultra high definition colors, scents. Their memory is being filled with things that they never even experienced themselves. It's just like how people pass down stories, but in a way where their senses were taken over and stimulated. So that was cool. But other books that I really like to read, or that I've read, would be The Miracle Worker, story by Helen Keller. That was awesome. And what's the story with Ponyboy and them guys? The Outsiders. And speaking of The Outsiders, West Side Story. I didn't read West Side Story, I don't think. I'm for sure I saw the movie. We might have read it in class and then watched the movie, but West Side Story. That was awesome. Any other books that I really like? Actually, I'm reading. It's another edition off of the 48 Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction, I think. And like as I'm reading it, I like the stories that supposedly are true, like things Queen Nefertiti did or this lady. I was like, whoa. I was like, how crazy, like, just to see how people's minds work. Like, it's really cool. But anyways, man, I'm about to go watch this movie and chillax. Happy Vlogmas, day 9. Hope you guys are getting ready for Christmas. The weather's changing, so it's starting to get cold in Vegas. Starting. It's not cold yet, but starting. Anyways, man, continue to think out loud. I'm gonna come from under this tree. I just thought this would be a cool angle, but you won't be able to see the 30 peace sign up unless I sneak it in here. Where are we at? Nope. Let's go up another level. All right. Peace. Where's my finger? Peace.
What's up, YouTube? What's this place called? Las Vegas Christmas Village?
Christmas Town.
Christmas Town here at Wet n Wild off of Fort Apache near Sunset. You should come through. Enjoy the show.